Now.
Hey, YouTube guys. The Chips and Salsa Show, this is the camera one. The Chips and Salsa Show is going to start in just a few minutes. We always like to start at the YouTube a little early so you have, behind the scenes. We'll be announcing where we are doing the show from, which is a surprise. Maybe you can guess until we start in the next few minutes. I'm Alice Lara. Sid joining us tonight again, Sid de la Fuente from
How you
Guadalajara.
doing? How you doing? How's
Did you
it
bring your
going?
banner?
And
No,
Don
I didn't
Jorge.
bring my banner.
Okay.
I came
And
with it.
Don Jorge. Oh, remember how I hit my rib? I'm feeling it now.
Oh, you,
I leaned over and I knocked my rib on here.
oh.
Ow, I probably bruised it. But you don't want to hear about that, do you? Okay,
Do
so
we have a doctor in the house?
Did we?
yeah, where's Dr. Kelly Ward? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so let's see. Please tell your friends, those of you guys on YouTube, if you're watching us for the first time, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I gotta do that.
And then that way too, whenever we come on, you'll get an alert. Like right now, I should be getting that on my... Let's see. So if I go to my email, what it does, it gives me a little heads up that our YouTube channel is on. Okay, let's see. Where is it?
Okay, so we're
So
just
we're live.
televising real good.
Okay,
Good.
great.
We still got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes to live show on
And since we
Facebook.
did the promo on Facebook, actually we could do a little promo on YouTube. We're going to have the cocotazos. We're bringing them back, the cocotazos and the whole enchiladas.
Yep.
So we're excited about that. We are broadcasting live from the AZ GOP state headquarters. And that's over here in Phoenix. We're about 24th Street between Thomas and Indian School. There is a lot going on here tonight. LD 24, that's Legislative District 24, is actually having their meeting this evening. So if you hear a little noise, that's what it is. This is the first time we're doing this, so it's kind of, a trial, if you will. Next week, if you're looking for us, we will be broadcasting, but we're both going to be at the Unplanned movie. There's a lot of pre-screenings going on, so you can look for us there. We'll probably be doing some live shots from both those venues. I don't know if you're going. There's one on the west side.
Yes.
I'm going to go to one downtown.
Downtown? Yeah, there's one at, I can't remember. It's on the theater on Goodyear, I believe. The Good Harrison's Theater.
Yeah, I couldn't
Mhm.
remember which one George was asking me. Okay, George, you got about 1 minute. Should we go ahead and go live on Facebook?
Okay. Yeah. Just when I was just titling it here.
Okay. All right, so we're very excited about that. If you want to, I have my phone, so what I'm going to be doing hopefully is monitoring the Facebook page. So if you'd like to talk to us, you can tell us you love us or you hate us. Doesn't matter. It's all good. We just want to hear from you. We just want to know that you're
Okay. I'm going live on
watching us.
Facebook.
Okay.
Okay.
2, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
Facebook. Welcome to the Chips and Salsa Show. I'm Alice Lara. Do you think we need to shut the door?
Don Jorge El Alacran.
And also with us is Sid de la Fuente.
How's it going? How you doing?
And he's from CALO, Conservative American Latino Organization. George, you think we need to shut the door? You think we have any background noise? What do you think?
I think it's okay.
I think it's okay?
Okay.
All right. And viewers, if you'd like to, let us know. Like if you're hearing some noise from back there, because you guys are actually closer to the door than us, let us know and we'll shut the door and take care of that. Welcome. We are broadcasting with George and Sid. We're so excited because tonight is our first night. We're broadcasting live from Arizona GOP headquarters here in Phoenix.
Yes.
Ta-da!
Yay! All right.
Yay!
All right.
We're doing it. Thank you. We got to say a special thank you to the executive director, and that's Leslie White. She isn't here this evening, but she kind of had that idea and invited us and checked it all out, made sure we could do it. And a special thanks also to Dr. Kelly Ward, who is the chairman of Arizona GOP party, and we really appreciate that. So we will be here every Thursday night now at 7 o'clock. Same kind of show. We're going to be having Republicans here, and we'll talk issues, politics, whatever. We are bringing back tonight the cocotazos and the whole enchiladas. What you need?
You know what? I'm gonna get up and grab this
I
post
got-
it
okay.
because I don't want to get free
He's got to
advertisements.
take care of things here. Okay, good deal. We
Here
have
we
some
go.
announcements. Let's see. George, should we go ahead and maybe do some announcements?
Yeah, let's just do the announcements.
All right, great. Next Thursday, what we're going to be doing, if you're watching us on YouTube, oh, by the way, if you're watching us on Facebook, please, if you haven't liked our page, please do that, like our page, and also share this broadcast. That way we can get more viewers to watch us. The main purpose of our show, the Chips and Salsa Show, is we are trying to bust the myth that just because you're a Latino doesn't
Bust
mean
the
you're...
moon?
Bust a myth.
That's
Myth. You can bust a move if you like. Oh, we forgot to play our music. We should find that and play it. But we're going to, just because you're a Latino doesn't mean that you are a Democrat, because we're all Republicans here, conservative Republicans. So on Thursday, what we're going to do is there are several theaters that are having a free pre-screening of the movie Unplanned. And we've talked a lot about that. This is based on a true story about a woman that was going to have an abortion and her story. And I understand it's a really well done movie.
Well, it was, yeah, it's gotten a lot of good ratings. It's got a lot of thumbs ups.
Awesome. So if you
Awesome.
can make one of those, you can. The one that I'm going to be at is going to be Thursday, March 28th. So we'll be doing like some live shots that night in place of the show. And that's going to be at the AMC Arizona Center at 7 p.m. Thursday, March 28th. And we'll give you the information of where you can go and get free tickets. So there's another one also that is going to be where on the west side, you said?
On the west side, I believe it's going to be in Goodyear. I don't know exactly where the theaters, which theater there.
So we'll try to get our information for you.
But they should I think if they Google it like everybody does, Google it, and they would find a location where it can do the free.
Yeah,
showing.
and get free shows. They'll have
Yeah.
different things. And the one that I'm going to is the pre-screening done by 40 Days for Life. And Nancy Brady's going to be down there. George may come to that one with me, or he may go to the west side. We don't know yet, but we'll be out there.
We're working on it.
Also, I want to, talking about 40 Days for Life, this Saturday, the 23rd, there is going to be a Phoenix Christian rally, a Morning to Mourn. And that's Saturday, March 23rd at 9 a.m. from 9 to 10. Pray to end abortion and stop infanticide. You can protect mothers and children by joining this worldwide mobilization to pray and fast for an end to abortion. You don't have to be Catholic to join. With God's help, here are the proven results in 23 coordinated campaigns. 15,256 babies saved from abortion.
15,000, that's right.
186 abortion workers converted. 99 abortion centers closed. Let's go for 100. There are going to be pro-life speakers, prayers, and songs. The vigil location, public sidewalks at 7th Street and Willetta in Phoenix. That's in front of the abortion center. And you can contact Nancy at 40, that's 40, dflphx@gmail.com. Or you could call, I'm going to go ahead and give you your phone number. You can call Nancy at 480-459-6283. And maybe what we'll do, we'll put this flyer on the Facebook page for you. And it's 40daysforlife.com/Phoenix. So if you'd like to do that, this is a great thing to do on Saturday morning. They are awesome. If you've never joined in with this organization, they do a great job. I have some more announcements. So do you have any do you have any birthdays today? Anybody?
Well, we had a police officer that got killed. The governor asked Officer Paul Rutherford was killed, and he was reporting an accident, and he got hit, and all the flags in the state of Arizona are going to be on half mast starting tomorrow. So we all send our condolences to his family and to the police department, because they're a big family themselves, and we just it's a sad day in Phoenix whenever we have an officer that gets killed in the line of duty.
I want to also, along those same lines, I was listening to the James T. Harris show on the way in to the show, and tomorrow between, I think it said 6 a.m. and 8 a.m., If you want to go down to the Safeway at 7th Street and McDowell, that's right off of I-10. Those guys are going to be down there. It's going to be the Barrel Man, I think is what he's called, from the country station.
Okay.
And James T. Harris will be there. And what they're going to be, go and give $1, change from your car, whatever, console. And that Safeway on 7th Street and McDowell is going to match the first $5,000 for the police officer, to help the family. So I encourage you to do that. I'm going to try to go there on my way to work. That's a perfect place to stop by for a few minutes and do that. It's just a horrible, horrible thing to happen. We're very sorry, and
condolences and prayers go out.
Very tough. Very tough. All right, so we do have another announcement, and we are going to get into some issues. My good friend Teresa Martinez sent this to me. George, I don't know if you know about this, but there is going to be, or Sid, a Minority Business Summit, and it's hosted by Congressman Paul Gosar and Black Americans for a Better Future. It will be at the Renaissance Phoenix Downtown Hotel, 100 North 1st Street, and that's going to be Friday, April 15th, tax day. So you can remember Friday, April 15th. And this is free, okay? So at 9 a.m. to 10, you'll have breakfast with the congressional leaders. And then from 10 to 11, there's a social hour. And then at noon, then you get to have lunch with the speakers. And here are the speakers. You're going to have Congressman Paul Gosar, Congresswoman Debbie Lesko. Steve Bannon's going to be here. Remember Steve Bannon, former White House chief strategist?
Yes.
Also, our Attorney General for Arizona, Mark Brnovich. And Michael Platt, I just saw him on TV. He's awesome. Michael Platt is the Assistant Secretary for Legislative and Intergovernmental Affairs with the U.S. Department of Commerce. And then also Henry Childs II. He's the National Director of the Minority Business Development Agency. So you'll have lunch with the speakers, and then at 1 till 4 p.m., there's going to be a roundtable with the Department of Commerce, tribal leaders, and private sector businesses. And the guests are also going to be Raynard Jackson. He's the CEO, Black Americans for a Better Future Education Fund, Arizona Commerce Authority, Arizona Chamber of Commerce, the Taiwan American Chamber of Commerce. Okay, if you have questions, and we'll try to get this information up there for you as well, you can email Leslie, Leslie, leslie.foti@mail.house.gov. I'll repeat that again. Leslie, leslie.house.gov. So let's see, there's also a constitutional event. You know about this, George? You want to tell them about this, or you want me to announce?
Constitutional event? That's this one is Wednesday, March the 20th. 20th? That was already.
No, March the 30th.
Oh, March the 30th. Sorry. At,
Got your glasses on? Okay.
I got my glasses on. At 2401 West Union Hills Drive in Phoenix. Our friends at Sons of Liberty Writers are having a great event you won't want to miss. And they're presenting a free constitutional event featuring Guillermo Zapata.
Guillermo Cepeda.
Yeah, him. Attendees will receive a free pocket constitution. Again, this is March the 30th. Looks like it's going to be a Saturday from 5 p.m. at 5 p.m. at Tozo's Bar and Restaurant, 2401 West Union Hills Drive in the banquet room. So don't miss that one.
Nice.
That's March the 30th. And there's another event on the 15th that the one we mentioned last week. It should be
April 15th, the one we talked about already?
no, the one we talked about last week.
What was that?
It was against the socialists, a rally against socialism.
Socialists, yeah, against socialists.
And that was on the 15th?
That was on the 15th.
And who's putting that one on?
Patriots.
Oh, that's right, the Patriots rally.
The Patriots rally.
And that's, we have that. We just have to.
Well, I want to give one also. I just remember this one. And this is going to be down in Tucson, and right in front of Kirkpatrick's office. And this is brought to you by Heritage Action. And this is Nathan Dahl, who's the representative here in Arizona for they're part of the Heritage Foundation.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Good organization.
Good organization. they're going to have what is called the baby's right to life doesn't change because they are born in an abortion clinic. But this is the right to life, and they're going to have it in front of Representative Kirkpatrick's office and have her to sign that, give her some inspiration to sign the law to save the child when the abortion has they've been
Born alive.
So, yeah.
When is that again?
That is in March 22nd, which is today.
Well, that's
Or
today?
tomorrow.
That's right, today's the 21st, that's
Today's
tomorrow.
the 21st, tomorrow.
And what time is that?
From 11 to 12:30 p.m. And it's going to be right in front of Kirkpatrick's office, and that's 1636 North Swan Road, Tucson, Arizona. Okay?
All right, that's,
Now this one, the one I mentioned earlier, is the Tea Party Community Presents Patriotism Over Socialism Rally. And that's this flyer here. And it's on April the 15th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Now that means you can go to this other one that she had mentioned,
finishes at
the
4.
Minority Business Summit with all these speakers, and then come to this one. And they're supposed to, everyone who believes in freedom over socialism is invited. We will be celebrating the 10th anniversary of when we had the first Tea Party rallies across America.
wow.
We need to
Wow.
re-engage,
10 years,
10
George?
years?
10-year anniversary.
Man.
We need to re-engage and work together in preparation for the 2020 elections. Please invite your friends and family and members. They're going to have speakers, music. Again, it's April the 15th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Gilbert Civic Center Park. Gilbert Civic Center Park, 50 East Civic Center Drive in Gilbert, in the city of Gilbert. And their speakers, some of their speakers that they're going to have, I have a couple of them here. Let's see. They're going to have patriotic music, food trucks, display tables are going to be present. We're going to try to have a table there. I'm working on it. I have to call the event staff. So the Chips and Salsa could be there. Your Chips and Salsa will be broadcasting from there. They're going to have Tea Party community founder Kevin Jackson will be speaking. Russell Pierce, everybody remembers Russell Pierce. Sharon Slater, Bruce Goodman. And invited speakers is Congressman Andy Biggs, Paul Gosart, David Swiker, Brandon Tatum of the Turning
had
Point
him on the
USA, Anna Gaines, and many, many more. And a lot of these have already committed themselves to be there. Some of them are going to be at this other rally early in the morning between, what time was that one?
That one starts early in the morning at 9 all the way to 4.
All the way to 4 p.m. So after that, you can come to this rally. The rally starts at 6 p.m. So April the 15th is going to be a bombastic day, and we're going to try to be,
What kind of day?
bombastic.
How about bombastic?
Yeah,
Or
that-
maybe, I actually like your term better, bombastic.
Bombastic.
Yeah,
sounds-
George likes to make up words, which is fine,
better.
because he makes up better ones. It's really cool.
But that day, April the 15th, I'm going to try to have a
Get
table.
your taxes done so it's out of the way.
I'm gonna try to have a table set up at this rally, the Patriotism Over Socialism rally for the Tea Party, and I'm gonna try to be there and do a post, a telepost from that other rally, from Facebook.
Oh, I like
and
that, a
stuff.
telepost.
Oh,
That's
telepost.
another new word.
Well, it's on TV. It's like TV, so it's
Telepost.
telepost.
There you go.
I like new words. You know,
I
those are
know.
my original words.
And you know what? I wanted to play this because we haven't done this for a while.
Trump, this Latino gonna vote for Trump. Trump, this Latino gonna vote for Trump. Trump, this Latino gonna vote for Trump. Let's get it straight. Who am I gonna vote for?
So this is our friend Ruben Obed. You know what? We've actually talked to him on the show before. He's based in Puerto Rico, and he wrote this song the first time that President Trump ran. And so we just want to play it again because you know what? It's going to start already. It's already started.
Put it close to the phone.
Well, I'm just talking while he's doing this.
Oh.
So we can
Let's put an end to political correctness and make you
see. This one
comprehend.
there.
Trump, this Latino gonna vote for Trump. Who you gonna vote for? Trump, this Latino gonna vote for Trump. Vote for Trump, this Latino gonna vote for Trump. Latino gonna vote for Trump.
have this on my phone as a ringtone,
then
and I
we
still
can-
have it. And sometimes I think, man, when he says it's going to go off, someone's going to be triggered, you know, because they're going to hear this Latinos are going to vote for Trump.
Get
So
all
I
pissed
wanted
off.
to give a shout out to Ruben. He does such great work.
Just
All
go
you have to do-
online. Yeah, just go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, go ahead.
Yeah, just go online. Ruben Obed, and that's OBED.
OBED.
Obed. Ruben Obed.
That's how I
And
found it through you guys.
he's got several other songs praising Trump and about Trump. So you might like some of his music. We do, and we.
He's got a Facebook site too. You can go Ruben Obed El Mejor.
And
he's got some new stuff all the time.
and he's supported Trump from the beginning, and he comes out with these new songs all the time. And he's based in Puerto Rico, so he's our Puerto Rican.
He's your brother.
Is my brother from Puerto Rico. Hey, you know,
Boricua.
AOC is from Puerto Rico.
She was born in Puerto Rico? I thought she was born in the United States. But
Well, she's a
her
Puerto
heritage
Rican.
is Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. I was like, oh no, like Ruben, I don't like AOC.
Your girlfriend. Your granddaughter.
No.
Do you want to do the cocotazos and whole enchiladas first?
Yeah, why
Let's
not?
do that. Okay.
You know, we have not done the cocotazos and whole enchiladas in a while. So, George, I think it's time for you to explain to our audience what a cocotazo is.
We inaugurated this new show at the GOP office, so we're bringing back the cocotazos. A lot of people like those. Well, cocotazo is when you get knocked on your back of your head when you say something stupid, and you do something dumb. Your mom comes from behind and just like kind of gives you a little bit of sense, and that's called a cocotazo. And then that's when you do something really dumb. When you do something good, and we like to acknowledge people that do good things, that's the whole enchilada award. And so we're going to have a couple of whole enchilada awards. But first we're going to have the cocotazo award. Mexican, I think they call it the chanclazo. They throw the slipper.
Chancla.
They
They
throw
throw
the
the chancla.
and
Mom gets mad at you. She gets that chancla.
those moms, they knew how to toss that slipper across the room
It's
and get you
It's
there.
kind of like the boomerang. They go across the corner and just boom. There you go. Oh, okay, mom.
Now, Sid and I are of Mexican heritage. Did your mom do the chancla?
Yep.
She did.
Yeah.
Now, my mom didn't do the chancla thing. But I always joke because we didn't really need it in my house because my dad would just look at his belt and we behaved.
Well, did I ever tell you a story how? Okay, my real name is Cirillo. Okay, my first name is Cirillo in English.
Cirilo?
It's Cirilo in Spanish. And how Sid came about is because my mom used to get mad at me, and when she get mad, she say Sidiaco, Sidiaco. So Sid stuck. People couldn't say my first name in English or Spanish. So when she started saying Sidiaco, Sidiaco, I just took it.
So Sid. That's why you're Sid.
That's why I'm Sid.
Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one. So, and by the way,
We'll close that.
if you would like to go to our Facebook site and please share this show. And I'm going to try to look at the comments. Okay, look, we got Debbie Bear John. Hey, hello, Debbie.
Hello,
How are
Debbie.
you? Michael Scoville. What's up, everyone?
Hey, Michael Scoville is from if it's a Michael Scoville that I know, he's from my hometown.
Oh, wow.
SCOVEO, I bet
Yeah,
it is.
Michael Scoville. Hey, Mike.
And we have Jessica De La Fuente. Who's that?
Who's that? I wonder who's that.
Hi, Jessica.
Hey, babe.
And Brent Backus says, hi,
Brent,
Sid.
How you doing?
And then my buddy Dwayne Kimball from California. Your former hood. Howdy. Hey,
And
Dwayne.
Michael Scoville, he's from California also. So.
Oh, he's also. And Victor, okay, I'm going to say this. Victor El Mortgage Chapo Fonseca. This show sucks. Well, I don't know if your name kind of sucks too, huh? El Mortgage Chapo Fonseca. Not really, Victor. We still love you.
We still love
We
you,
still
Victor.
love you. We appreciate you watching. And Guido Gomez, hello. Hey, Guido.
Guido.
Guido is in New Mexico.
We
Oh,
got
okay.
people.
all over
See,
the
this is a
place.
national listen to show. So we got people from New Mexico, people from Virginia, people from New York, people all over that listen to this program on Thursday night. And you, our loyal listeners here in Phoenix, are very lucky to have us here.
Yeah. And he's so humble.
He's
Yes.
so.
All right, so I'm gonna.
But we
go-
love being here for you. This is your program.
I'm gonna tell you about the cocotazos. So what
Cocotazos,
we do
okay.
is the way we do this. we tell you we have nominees through the week, and maybe if you have one, go ahead and nominate somebody. We'd be happy to. Victor said he's kidding. I hope that you were. Thank you, Victor.
Thank you, Victor.
You can say thank you. We love you.
We love you, Victor.
I do
In a
really
good
like
way.
your name though, El Mortgage Chapo.
Mortgage Chapo.
Oh, Guido says Cece says hi too, my friend Cece. So what we do is we nominate cocotazos, like George says, somebody does something stupid, and then between all of us, we pick the best one. You can help us too. So let's start off with do you want it to be your girlfriend or your grandbaby or what?
No.
None of us.
No relation with one.
No relation to that one.
And I steal a name that I heard in a commercial, Alexandria Occasional Cortex. She made it this week. Evidently, she was talking and she had some really interesting race numbers, and we do have it on our site. But she got the stuff all wrong. And you know, I've been reading stuff about her that they feed her all this information. I mean, apparently she doesn't really have a lot of original thought, but she's very well spoken. I mean, when she talks, she just sounds like she really believes it. You know.
Well, she got a degree. A degree in stupidness, but a degree.
It's supposed to be an economics
It's supposed to be
degree,
an
right?
economics.
Yeah.
Supposed to be an economics.
I think it's brainless degree. They give those they give those away for free at the colleges. I guess.
So that's we'll make her Cocotazo nomination number 1. Number 2, we wanted to nominate the Democrats. There's a lot of Democratic presidential candidates, and they want to abolish the Electoral College.
Ooh.
Like Kamala Harris is one of them.
Oh, there's
Well, I shouldn't. She says she's open to discussing it.
She's going to. If everybody else, it seems like one brought it up. Now they're all doing it. Now they all.
And you know, why do they want to do that? Because they want to win.
And that's all they want to do.
And do you think they actually understand the brilliant founders? We are the United States of America. So if the popular vote were there, it would basically be New York and California, maybe Texas now, Texas is so big, would be electing our president.
The good of the cities like Arizona, states like Arizona and other smaller cities, they wouldn't have no say.
But see, when it goes, you know, when the electoral college on election day, you see the results of every state, and whoever it goes to, whether it's Trump or whoever, it'll say the winner for this state is Trump, or we would like to hear that. All the electoral votes go to Trump, and they give him the 26th from that small state, and it keeps going all night long. Of course, you get California, New York with 100 or 300 electoral votes. Sometimes they'll divide them up a little bit because I forget how they do that. If they
well, everybody know that's how it is, because what happens is if you just did it by the popular vote, I mean, if you could win by one person, that's kind of a mob rule. Yeah. So the founders in their brilliance said, we're not a democracy. We are a representative republic, and that way you vote for your representatives, and we vote for our electoral members. And every election they vote. That's why it's important. That's why they go, and you have to go to all states. Otherwise, the candidates would just focus on a couple of states, and that's all they do. It wouldn't matter.
They would focus just nothing on the big states, which would be California, Texas.
It'd be nice for us to do election night.
They would
with screens.
Yeah, they would be the ones that pick popular vote. They would be the ones. I like how the liberals are going around. Those are candidates. They're going around with this national popular vote, saying that, oh, since you're a little state, you don't, no president, nobody comes here because you're so little. They don't waste your time. They don't say, and your vote will never be heard because they never come here or they never go there. You know, this is why we need it, so they can come and you can actually talk to them. It's like, okay, no, it doesn't work that way.
It has worked for over 200 years. It's a really good system, and it's, you know, that's why we nominate them for Cocotazo. Right. The third Cocotazo, did you guys hear about this one? Omar Ahmed. He basically, and we have the whole story on our Facebook site, but Islam in America is supposed to become dominant, and that the Quran should be the highest authority. And I'm losing my voice, so you guys take over. Okay. But we think that that's a big Cocotazo nomination as well.
Well, I'm thinking he's gonna.
And that's what the Quran is.
The Quran is
He-
Islamic.
That's the Islam.
Islam. You
Yeah.
know, well, that's.
I have to go for number one.
Well, let's talk about this one though, the Islam thing. I mean, you know,
You-
this is a free country, so you can practice whatever religion. That's what's wonderful about our nation. It's wonderful, but we are not about Sharia law.
Right.
Right.
This is a
And,
Christian country.
That's something you go back into Europe, around in the what is it, Britain, out there in England, all that. They have places where that's Sharia law. They have places where it is Sharia law. No police officers can go in there. No state police.
The no-go zones.
The no-go zones. There's the no-go zones, and it's Sharia law. And that's the way they want it. That's the way. So I believe that's what they would like to have now. They
It's
always said
frightening.
it's frightening.
You know, and that's, remember a long time ago, George will, because George and I are a little older, you're younger than I am, but when we had our first Catholic president, Kennedy, people were afraid. They didn't want him to become president because, now the Pope's going to run the country. That's going to happen. Well, of course that didn't happen. And, you know, this is wild and crazy. All right, is there any other nominations? I'm going to look real quick on Facebook in case you guys want to nominate anybody. Hi, Carolyn. Carolyn
Buckus.
says hi.
Brent Buckus.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
Oh, okay.
Brent Backus.
I guess.
Backus.
Not Butkus. Brent, I'm
Backus.
sorry. I don't know. George always wants to call you Butkus. I don't know why. Does he? No. It's Backus, like Jim
Backus.
Backus, like the guy that did
Backus.
Mr. Magoo.
Backus.
So let's see. So what did you say you wanted? Number one?
Number one, AOC.
AOC for you. Okay, about her bad numbers. What about you, Mr. Sid?
I'd go with that one too. Consider with
Think
their
so?
bad numbers.
You know what?
Is it-
I'm outnumbered here, but I go with the Democratic presidential candidates who are entertaining abolishing the Electoral College because they should know better. Come on, dudes. Come
Hey,
on.
they're
And they don't. They
socialists.
want the power. They
It's-
reveal themselves.
What I don't understand.
They're socialists. That's all.
What I don't understand is here you have where they say, and nothing has been proven, nothing has come out. Russia, for our President Trump. You have these coming out. You have them coming out saying Russia. No facts, no proven, no. There was, and who brought this out? The Democrats brought this out, paid for, and by the Democrat Party, by herself, Hillary Clinton. It kind of makes sense what they want to do here to abolish the Electoral College because they couldn't win with Russia being on their side. But okay, so now let's try all this. Let's get this going. Maybe we can win this way.
We'll try it.
You know, we'll try this. We'll try this. So
So the winner, because these guys voted for it 2-1, is AOC. Your girlfriend, granddaughter, whatever you want to call it.
No, she's not.
no relation.
No,
No,
relation.
no.
Your Puerto Rican sister. No, not really. I wouldn't wish that on you. Oh my gosh, please. Okay, so that is the Cocotazo of the week. So we're bringing them back. So please, during the week, watch what we put up there. If you have one, maybe we missed it, go ahead and nominate them, and we'll have them on the show. So now let's go to the whole enchiladas.
The whole
Oh,
enchilada.
Ready?
I'm ready.
So, you know, we don't want to have just negative stuff, so we want positive stuff too. So one of our first nominations for the whole enchilada is our own President Donald J. Trump.
Woohoo!
And that's because...
You can tell we follow him.
Oh, we should be playing the song. Trump,
Trump.
this Latino's gonna vote for Trump. He signed an executive order about campus free speech. And I
About
wish,
what?
we should have had our guys here. Campus free speech.
Campus
Oh,
Ministry.
yeah, he did that today, I think.
Because we should have had our guys for, like last week we had the college Republicans
that's-
here. You know, these colleges are not allowing conservatives to have free speech.
Oh.
And he says, you know what? We're going to be looking at you because that's just not right. I mean, this is America. It's free speech.
It's-
Words don't hurt you.
No.
It shouldn't be hurting you.
But the colleges are teaching our kids. I think universities and colleges are teaching our kids to, where that old saying, "Sticks and stones may hurt me, don't hurt me. Well, will hurt me, but words will never don't hurt me."
Yeah,
You know,
whatever.
say-
Sticks and stones may break
Break
my
my
bones,
bones.
but words will never hurt me.
Okay,
Right?
right. But I think now with colleges and universities that I think it's reversed. The words are going to hurt a lot more than they do the rocks and stone.
You're triggering me. Okay, so here's the story. President Trump on Thursday signed an executive order aimed at protecting free speech on college campuses in an event attended by students who say their conservative views have been infringed upon. The new order will require higher education institutions to certify that they are enforcing free speech standards in order to receive grants through the Departments of Education, Health and Human Services, and Defense, among other agencies. Under the guise, quote, under the guise of, this is Trump saying this, under the guise of speech codes and safe spaces and trigger warnings, these universities have tried to restrict free thought, impose total conformity, and shut down the voices of great young Americans, Trump said. All of that changes starting right now, he added. We're dealing with billions and billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah.
So that's our number one nominee here, the president. Da, 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 da.
And I'd like to add, he made a speech today about the Golan Heights.
Golan Heights.
That he's going to go ahead and say the United States recognize the right of Israel to occupy the Golan Heights. And I think Benjamin Netanyahu will be here next week, and I think he's going to have him. So kudos to our president, because all the other presidents, none have even wanted to go near that topic. And President Trump says he feels that they should be recognized, that the Golan Heights should be recognized as part of Israel. And I think he's gonna wait until Netanyahu is here next week, and he'll formally announce it. He already announced it today that the United States is going to back Israel and the Golan Heights, occupation of the Golan Heights.
So that's a double whammy for him.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, so the next one that is nominated is Judge Jeanine Pirro. Do we know what's going to happen? Have you been following that story?
Well, I know they
She's going to be a
got
Supreme
suspended
Court
from
justice. She's going to.
She'd make a great one.
Well, she's going to take over Ginsburg when Ginsburg passes. They're going to announce her.
But more immediately on this, wouldn't that be great? I think she'd make a great one.
She'd make a great one.
She was not on her show last week, but Fox actually said that.
That for what I understand or read, is that she got suspended for her from her show.
But is that official, or is that like reports?
No, that was official.
It is for sure.
She got suspended.
So what's the latest? Are they putting her back, or?
Well, she's just a timeout.
Timeout, yeah, she's on a timeout.
But they haven't said when they're planning to put her back or anything.
No.
Because that's the big question.
But they did. Fox News did get what was her name?
Paul Ryan and Kamala. Well, not Kamala Harris. The other.
Who was the leader of the Democrat Party?
Right now it's. You're talking about Donna Brazile.
Donna Brazile.
Donna Brazile's a new
Both of them
on Fox News.
She's going to be a regular on Fox News, and so will Paul Ryan.
Paul Ryan.
And what are they going to do? Are they going to be pundits, or do they have a show? Or
well, I know she was on last night. She was on Hannity. Donna Brazile. She was on Hannity, and he really drilled her. She same old liberal talk. Let's put it that way. Same old liberal talk.
So, but I mean, that is such a great show, the Judge Pirro show. It was really a very good show, and it really bothers me that they were so quick to take her down, because you heard what she said. She was asking a question. She wasn't making a claim. She was asking a question. Mm-hmm. The fact that, see, if I say it might take me off Facebook, huh? I better be quiet. So that is a nomination for a whole enchilada award. Do we have any others? We wanted to nominate the officer. It was because he passed away. But do we have any others that you want to nominate for this week? Whole enchiladas?
Yeah, I think those two. I wouldn't put the officer one.
Okay. The officer, we just gave him a special recognition.
Right.
Yes.
So I think I would vote for the Trump, because Trump's he's trumping out. He's actually doing what he said he was going to do. He makes his promises. People say he's talks too much on Twitter, that gets in too much arguments because I think just recently, yesterday, he was it was a John McCain thing, and he's actually defending himself there because of that dossier that John McCain's involved in. I know that a lot of people got disappointed because he spoke bad about John McCain, but that's the way Trump is. I like when he does things like he signs that college executive order for the colleges to the free speech. I like the fact that he is recognizing the Golan Heights as being part of Israel. I like that he moved the embassy in Israel. He's done a lot for Israel. He's done a lot for a lot of countries, and people don't give him the recognition he deserves. So I'm voting the whole enchilada for my amigo.
So this
in
Latino's
salsa.
going to vote for Trump.
This Latino's going to vote for Trump,
This Latino's going to vote for Trump.
and he's my amigo in salsa.
Okay. How about you, Sid?
I go for that because that is a big change in college campuses and universities to give that, because now you'll have the conservative voice could be heard. It could be heard on college, which is very rare, very, and it hurts.
When you're talking about money.
That's where it hurts. That's where it's hurt. Now when it, if I don't have this, and that's what universities do. The money talk. If they're not going to get the money from the government because they don't have the free speech of conservative, well, then we better change, because that's going to hit them right at their pocket. It's going to hit them on their bottom line. So I think that's great. I think that it's, I go for number one.
And along those lines, I always like to mention this because I really think if you're a person that is a big donor to the universities and things like that, think about your donation, your contribution. Make sure that it's not going to waste, that you're giving it to an institution that is doing right by its students. A girlfriend of mine went to, I'm not going to out her, but she's rethinking her donations, and that's what you got to do. Because they spend a lot of money. And Tucker Carlson had a show, I think it was a day or two ago, and some of these guys make millions of dollars. The presidents of the university, millions of dollars in their salaries, and they're putting up all this infrastructure and the student loans. That's a whole show we could do just about that. So that's 2 for our president. I love Judge Janine, but I'm going to also vote for Trump because he did a double whammy. That's very bold.
Latinos going to vote for Trump.
Trump. These Latinos going to vote for Trump. Ruben, that's for you. Okay. I wish I was a better singer, but I'm not. So you just have to come here to Arizona and visit with us and play your songs live. Okay. That'd be
I want to mention one thing that next Tuesday here at the GOP offices, we're going to have the Hispanic Outreach get together. It starts at 5:30 with some merengue. That's a Spanish dance. Merengue lessons for those who want to learn a little salsa. They're going to have that, and the meeting starts at 6, either 6 or 6:30. 6:30, I think. It starts at 6:30. The meet and greet is at 5:30 until 6. But if you get here at 5, you'll probably see a lot of people here. They're going to have, I think she's going to make tacos or something. There's going to be some...
they call it lazy enchiladas.
Lazy enchiladas.
Here it is. It's a Republican National Hispanic Assembly.
That.
RNHA.
And it's the first time. It's a chapter here in Arizona. We formed the chapter at the last meeting. We had 22 people attend. We expect at least 3 times that amount on Tuesday. This coming Tuesday. Don't forget it. Mark your calendar. Everybody's invited. All Republicans are invited at the AZ GOP offices. It's we showed you earlier. It's nice and renovated, and they're still adding touches to it. They've actually brought us in here, so you know that they're doing good.
They don't know what they're doing.
So come Tuesday, and you won't regret it, and be part of this movement. It's called the Hispanic.
It's called the Republican National Hispanic Assembly.
And you don't have to be Hispanic to be part of it, because everybody's idea matters. and it makes the organization larger. And you'll see a lot of Hispanics, but hey, you'll enjoy it. You're gonna have the chips and salsa here. You're gonna sit here. You're gonna have all kinds of people here, and you will have a ball.
We
That's
wanna give
Tuesday.
Kudos to is Terry the president?
Terry's the chairman for
She's
the
The chairman or
Arizona.
the president? Do you know?
Chairman.
The chairman for the Arizona chapter. Diane Ortiz Parsons is the vice chair. Our Lydia is the treasurer.
Lydia Macias.
Macias, and
So I just want to give kudos to Terry Mendoza because she really is the force behind it. She got it together, and she's
and Nick Pearson is the secretary,
Secretary.
and he comes all the way from Tucson to be here, so he'll be here.
wow.
It's going to be a great meeting. We expect a lot of people here. We expect a lot of people that you know. So if you like to drop by next Tuesday at 5 p.m. and it goes for 1 hour. Well, it starts at 6, or it starts at 6:30 and it finishes at 8:30.
Yeah, so
or
5:30 to
7:30.
6:30 is a social hour, and you have free professional bachata, merengue, salsa lessons
Oh,
from
cool.
5:45 to 6:15 p.m. to burn off the enchiladas.
There you go.
So all are welcome. 6:30 to 7:30, straight to business.
Sweet.
So we'll be here, and we'll see you there. All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice workshop. There'll be a lot of things brought up. We're gonna see how we can get this off the ground.
Right on.
Right on.
Okay, good. So we got everything covered. We got the coquetazos, whole enchilada out of the way. Now we still have time. We can actually talk about some issues. So one of the big stories that got a lot of coverage is this manufactured border crisis, right? This is from the KFYI site, and it says federal agents arrest 400 migrants in El Paso. Okay, it says in 5 minutes near El Paso. Did you read about the story?
I quickly just saw it. I haven't read it yet. to be
So,
honest.
just quickly, federal border agents continue to crack down on illegal immigration and human trafficking along the U.S.-Mexico border this week, detaining a stunning 400 migrants in just 5 minutes near El Paso, Texas. So it's pretty frightening. Incidentally, I just want to tell you also, the second Tuesday of April, which I believe is the 10th or the 9th. Sorry, I don't have the exact date in front of me. I should get it for you. We're going to have Art del Cueto.
I do.
It's going to be at our LD. I'm going to try to get that for you exactly. And he's going to be here in Phoenix. Let's see that. It's going to be the 9th, April 9th in the evening. So he'll totally be worth going to check out. He's the one, he's a guy, he's got a shaved head, and he stood behind Trump when Trump was down at the border. He's awesome. He is terrific. So, they keep talking that it's a manufactured crisis. 400 people?
400 people is a
400.
manufactured crisis. 400
In one day.
in one day.
Now, have you guys been to El Paso? Are you familiar? You're familiar with the area, right? Because George's son was stationed there at one point. And I actually lived there. I'm from Las Cruces, New Mexico, so I'm only like an hour away drive. But I lived there with my husband in El Paso, and it is right on the border. And guess what they have? They have a wall.
Have a wall?
They actually have a wall, and they have a border patrol site. And I'll tell you the story. When I was a little girl, there was a lot of border crossing. We'd go, I don't know, every few months, and you could go into Juarez, and you could visit, and you'd
So
cross
you
the
snuck
border and
into the
everything.
border, huh?
Is that
Legally.
legal?
You were American citizens, so Americans would go there. They'd
Right.
shop on a Sunday afternoon,
Right.
and whatever, hang out, take your tourists there, and you come back, and vice versa. That would be, and we did. There were illegal aliens, but it was a different deal because what would happen, and here's what's happening. I think a lot of people from back then may think it's the same thing. People would come, they'd work on the farms, and then they'd leave because they didn't want to stay. They'd go back. But then the liberals started changing things. They started giving away stuff,
Yeah.
education,
Education,
all this.
licenses, education licenses, money, college tuition. You
Why
name it,
not
they
come
got
here?
It. You name it, you got it. Everything was free, so it's like if everything's free, why not come?
And came back.
Yeah.
So they're here, and it is a big problem now.
I look like Glenn Beck.
Who looks like Glenn Beck?
Me.
George, he does now. Yeah, you do.
With that, no.
Oh, because of your beard and all the white hair and stuff?
It looks just like that.
You look
I'm
just
the
like
Latino Glenn Beck. Hey. And I'm going to start the Tea Party, get going real strong here.
I'm sorry, I don't see it. Do you see it? You think he
Yeah,
looks
I
like
know
Glenn
it.
Beck?
He does. Now that
Because you know what, I haven't
Tap-
seen Glenn Beck in a while.
Tap in Glenn Beck and you'll see what I mean.
Tap in, or how about
Oh.
type in?
Type in. And you'll see.
I could tap in if you want. I could do that. So you
But
look
you-
like Glenn Beck? Okay, I'm gonna look up.
I watch him a lot sometimes, you know. I followed him over the years, and
I still miss him when he had his Fox show.
yeah,
Yeah.
I loved when he had his show. He's the one that started the Tea Party, actually, the movement. He started the Tea Party moving, and then he backed away from it, and he let it go on its own.
Oh, I see, because he's got a lot of white hair and stuff. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why you think. Yeah, I saw his picture.
But
That's
he's
why
got
you
the
think he
beard
looked
going
like
too.
He has a little beard too. Yeah.
And the
Well,
glasses.
maybe you could just call him up and you could be his double.
I know, I could be his double on this show.
There
Hey,
you go.
go on
Well, I don't know
vacation,
about
I'll
the
take you.
show. I thought just like visual.
Visual. No,
Well,
I'll
that's
do
what
his
you're
show.
saying. You look like him. You
Right,
could be
but-
his double.
Yeah, I could do his show too.
Oh, you want to do a show? Oh, well, Broomhead on KFYI has a big connection with him. Call up Broomhead and see.
I know. Tell him, hey, when
There you go.
when he goes on vacation, I'll do it. I'll have the chalkboards behind me. He was famous with those chalkboards.
Yeah,
I
he
loved
was.
it. I loved it. When he was on TV, I loved it. I loved
It was
it.
good.
He would turn one chalkboard over, and then he have another one going, turn that one over, and it was like educating people. And it was really nice.
It was a good show.
So,
I really
It
liked
a
it.
was.
lot of educated people.
It really was.
Yeah.
So, any topics? For I feel like I'm always a.
But he was an anti-Trumper, so now
He's coming
Now
around
he's a
now.
Oh, now he's
No,
now
he-
just recently I
yeah.
read the post where he told Hannity that because Hannity interviewed him
Yeah.
and
I saw
kind
that
of like
interview.
look like Hannity too. But anyway,
No, I don't think you look like that.
oh no, Hannity doesn't have the beard. But anyway, he
George, get some new glasses,
no,
please.
he interviewed Glenn Beck, and Glenn Beck said that if Trump's not elected, if we don't elect him in 2020, we're gonna lose our country.
Yeah.
And it's a big change from when Trump ran for president. He said that Trump
never-
couldn't be president. That he would never support
was
Trump.
not
He was
not
not
a fan.
supporter. He was
But
not a supporter.
and that's why I stopped listening to him and everything because I thought he dissed our president. But now he's come around, so I'm starting to get the look
Uh-huh.
of Glenn Beck. So,
I
but,
think-
but people are starting to realize that we have a good president and we need him to be reelected.
Re-elected.
As our sign says up here, Trump for 2020.
20.
And we're getting a lot of people, a lot of crossover Democrats, a lot of crossover independents. Because the reason you're independent is you don't want to give your allegiance to either party. You're going to see which party you agree with the most. Even though most independents are really conservatives, they just want to be independent because they want to say that nobody tells them.
It's probably easier to be independent. Hey, you know who's saying hi today? Martin Gonzalez.
Hey,
Marty G. Hey.
Marty.
Hi, Allison George, looking good. Hey, Laura Basurto says Trump 2020.
Hey,
That's right, Laura.
Hey, Martin, do I look like Glenn Beck or what?
Martin, tell us.
There's Martin right here. That's our
Martin.
Martin, our buddy here. He's listening to us.
Come visit. Be on the show
We
with
miss
us.
him,
We miss
but
you.
hopefully he'll be. And we're at the AGGOP. Martin, you could find us any
Really?
Thursday.
Come on down. You know what we're doing.
You are our familia.
Teresa Novato is also listening. Yes, we do. That's right. You know, I like this too. Facebook says, Teresa Novato is watching with you.
Oh,
There's so many,
yeah.
So many.
That's cool. Great.
And I think a lot of people are going to like us at our new location here. We're going to have people come in once in a while that are out there, and we'll put them on. Kelly Ward's out of town right now. She's at a meeting, and one of our shows, I know she'll walk in, and we'll talk to Dr. Kelly Ward, our new chairman, and even Lisa White, the executive director.
Leslie White.
Leslie White.
That's what I said, Leslie White.
Leslie
Leslie
White.
Didn't I say Leslie White, people?
They heard you, George. They heard you.
I know they heard me. I slip up a lot. That's why we need Martin Gonzalez. He keeps me.
us on our toes.
He keeps us on our toes.
Oh, sure. Like if he was here, it'd be a different.
I still make a
Looking
few
for
mistakes,
excuses.
but
Looking for excuses.
Martin kind of brings everything together.
I am really good at playing senior charades with George.
Seriously, right?
I'm pretty darn good at it. I'm almost better at it maybe than his wife.
Yep.
Of course, now he has to play that with me too. So whatever. We try, man. We try.
You know what happened to me yesterday? My car broke down.
Oh no.
My linkage on the car went. It broke, and it was like a little grommet came off, and the tow guy, he put duct tape on it, got me going.
Got you going.
Is
I go,
that's a
boy.
Latino fix? Duct tape.
That's what
It
duct
fixes
tape, it
everything.
fixes
So it's like it was
duct
nice.
tape.
He says, "Oh, that's just a
Electrical
grommet.
tape, yeah,
The
it
grommet
fixes
melts on some SUVs and cars like yours." He says, "But he says just get a wire tie." He couldn't get a wire tie, so he says, "Just try to duct tape." He did the duct tape, and I was on my way.
And you're right.
Anyway,
I
that's
still
all
have it
good.
on. I got
He's still on it.
It's holding.
till it melts
We-
off.
We do whatever we can. You know, your window too. I know you see your
I
back
know.
window.
Yeah,
Got
my
that?
back window
Okay,
stopped
so
working.
I'm gonna out Mark on this. My husband. So we had a Buick Century. Love that car. Love that car absolutely. But the bummer of it, their windows,
Yeah.
they failed. The electric windows, right? So he put. I don't know how he did it, but my husband's amazing. He put some those suction cups
Yeah.
to keep it up till we get it fixed. Because it was really expensive. It's very expensive to
Oh, yeah,
fix
it
those
is.
electric windows, right? And so I noticed you had yours. You have like something to cover it up because it doesn't go up all the way.
Tape.
Some tape. It's like I don't know. That
Hey,
was
it
$500
works.
way back then. I bet you it's really expensive.
Hey, it
now.
works.
That's
yeah.
We used to, when I had a car that I forgot what car it was that didn't have the windows go up, and I'd pick them up, try to pick them up. This were when they weren't electric. A lot of them just pick them up, and I stick a piece of wood or cardboard
Oh,
right
no,
there,
keep it
just to
open.
hold, just keep it up.
I
Just
got a
keep it up.
screwdriver
There you go. Yeah.
holding mine.
Keep it-
Hey, I got a Beverly Hillbillies car
Yeah,
now.
you,
so-
gotta- you do what you can do.
But you know what I like? I mean, we're just resourceful. I can tell you another story. We were driving one time it was in Texas, and we had a little Chevette. I used to call it my Mexican Corvette because it was a vet. And the little butterfly choke, I think, on the solenoid, it wouldn't stay open or something. So I had my little scrunchie from my hair. So my husband fixed it. So at least we made it to the next town. But anyway, the point I want to make is, you know, as Latinos, we have to be resourceful sometimes. You just have to make things work. And that's why we're behind Trump, because he's going to need all the help that he can. And we're going to be resourceful. And we like to, you know, invite you. If maybe you're watching us and you really don't, maybe you don't care for Trump, but you're watching us because you just like to watch us and have a good time. That's okay. But we want to engage you and get you interested in this election.
Yes, and you made a good point. You got to just look at the economy. The economy right now, you got people working, even with Latinos, Hispanic, the right now it's the lowest that it's ever been. You know, we got a lot of Latinos working.
The unemployment.
The unemployment, we got a lot of people, Latinos working. African Americans, same way. A lot of them, the employment rate is so low. People are working. They're working. They're finding jobs. Like I said before, I think I brought this up. You go around. I travel a lot around the state and around the place. I see a lot of help wanted signs. Help wanted signs in manufacturing places, paint places, McDonald's, the fast foods, of course.
But they pay good. They
But
pay
they pay
14,
good, yeah.
$14 an hour
They
at
pay
McDonald's.
good. They're paying good, but you wouldn't see that before. You wouldn't see that before. You got a lot of
There's,
help wanted.
there's a
why?
lot of job openings. I see it a lot because I work
Yeah.
at the university and at the now it's a State Farm arena stadium,
Yeah.
and they can't get enough people to fill the positions. It's just and they pay good. They pay starting at $14 an hour.
This
It's
Because what's minimum
Work
in Arizona?
is
11?
available.
I think it's 11.
Huh?
The minimum in
Yeah,
Arizona.
minimum.
So
is
$14 an hour. That's a good wage.
and $11 is the minimum wage now. It used to be $8. I mean, when I started working, it was like 7 something. I know Martin when he
No,
started
it was lower.
working.
It was lower. Mine was like $2.30 when I started working.
I know when Martin started working, it was low. So but Martin is very good. We love Martin to death, And
Yeah, I want you to come visit, man.
you got to come visit us, Martin.
Just come hang out with us.
Martin, the
Mar-
jelly bean.
Marty G.
Marty G.
Martin the jelly bean. What is it?
Yeah, with his laptop. He's awesome.
And those of you that have followed our show for a while, if you know Martin has the range of his voice. He can sound like the announcer for Lucha Libre. So low, just really go really low. Just we miss him.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he comes, we'll have
You
the.
don't know Martin, huh? You
No,
haven't
I
met him?
don't.
See, you have to
So
come
I
meet
got-
Sid.
I gotta meet you, Martin.
When he
You gotta
comes,
calm down.
we'll have the mariachis back.
Oh, that's right, our mariachis.
That's
too.
my Martin Gonzalez.
And he can do a grito and all that. good
He's
stuff.
still part of the familia. He's just not with us right now, but he's part of the familia. As you can see, he's one of the original three, and he's always with us. So
Yeah,
Martin,
he's never really left us. The
Yeah.
spirit of Martin
and he's
has
part of
always
the
been here.
Chips and Salsa crew. It's just he's been on a long hiatus. So
Yeah.
come back, Martin.
So it's our
Visit us,
our
at least.
plug to get you back. Okay, we have a few minutes left, so we want to let you know that next week we're not going to do like a regular show from here because we'll be out at the unplanned shows. So
We're going to be doing podcasts from the unplanned showing of that movie, right?
Yeah, we're going to be out there on site, so we'll get on our Facebook, and then we'll just be doing little different things,
Little
little bit
things.
interviews. I think they start at 7 though, so we might do some earlier things before 7. I don't know, or because the show starts at 7, so maybe look for us about 6:30 or something. Possibly afterwards, if there's time, we might
Yeah.
do something afterwards.
But you'll see a video of us out there to meet and greeting people out there.
But do go just go and Google unplanned, so you can find out where all the different free screenings are and everything.
Yeah.
What else do we need to talk about? Okay, so we talked about that. And one of the other things is the Laugh for Hope. So remember, Life Choices Clinic
When's that?
that's going to be in April. And what they do is their big giant fundraiser they have every year is going to be April. I want to make sure I have the right date for you. And I'm going to get the wrong date. It's going to be April 26th. Okay, that's a Friday. And what they do,
What time?
April 20, I don't have that right in front of me, but it's usually in the evening about 6.
Okay.
And they're going to be coming on the show a few weeks beforehand. And they're going to have some tickets to give away, free tickets.
Free tickets,
Free
Martin. You
tickets.
gotta be here.
Yeah. And what they do is they bring in 2 comedians, clean comedians. This is like my 3rd or 4th year. And they're awesome. They're great. It's a clean show. You could take your family, you could take your kids, and that's their major fundraiser. So they'll be here next month. We've got, next month is already planned. We're going to have the TARS come, the Teenage Republicans are going to
Yep.
be here. We're going to have all kinds of really good guests. Jay Sixpendel's going to come back,
Oh wow.
and he's bringing Jorge Rodriguez, who is from Venezuela, and is going to tell us how things were in Venezuela and why he loves America. All that. So 1 minute, I'll let you guys finish it off.
Just make sure that you do remember us on Tuesday, because it's going to be rocking and rolling here at the GOP office with a bunch of Hispanic. Martin, in fact, Martin, you're invited to come to that. That's a Hispanic, what's it called? The Republican Hispanic
It's
National Republican Hispanic.
and this is a nationwide
Arizona.
organization.
What is it called?
Arizona
We need to get
Republican.
that right, don't we? It's because I
Yes.
had to look it up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Hispanic,
It's a Republican Arizona Republican Hispanic Assembly.
and it's the chapter started last month when we had our first meeting. Now they're going to start committees, and they're going to talk about how to reach out to Hispanics and bring them into the Republican Party. Like I said, we have a whole host of people, and it would be nice. I personally invite you, Martin, to be here. 5:30.
Tell your friends.
Tell them all. Tell
Oh, we're
everybody.
teaching merengue. Somebody's going to be teaching how to dance
Merengue.
merengue.
There you go.
Are you going to be one of the teachers?
Are you
Because
gonna
you're
be
a
a teacher?
dancer. I know
I'm
George is
I'm
a
a
dancer.
dancer. I dance merengue.
I know, George, that you are a dancer.
I hear
Okay.
you.
What I want to do is I want to close us out with some music here. Should we do some of the Mr. Ruben Obed music?
Of course.
Of course.
Can do that. And like we say, go ahead and if you want to, just Google him on YouTube. I'm Alice Lara. Thank you very much, Chipsters, for tuning in the Molcajete for the Chips and Salsa Show. I'm Alice Lara. I'll see you next week, Thursday, or the week after that for sure here at AZGOP headquarters with
Don Jorge at the AZGOP headquarters, the newly renovated. You got to come and see this new place.
and
Sid with Carlo, Conservative American Latino Organization.
bye bye. See you next week. Stay tuned on our Facebook page.
Tells me the truth, the one that we have prayed and hoped for. Let's get it straight. Who am I